This year's keynote speaker was born and raised in St. Mary's, the son of Wanda and the late George Dagger, and one of 7 children. He is a 1983 graduate of St. Mary's Area High School and went on to receive a Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice from the Pennsylvania State University in 1987. Joe married his wife, Robin, in 1991. She is the daughter of Margaret and Butch Brindle of St. Mary's. Joe and Robin have 3 sons, Luke, Ben, and Nick. Ben is a transitional deacon, and Luke is a seminarian. Both are assigned with the Erie Diocese. Nick, the youngest, is studying at Penn State Barron. Dagger began his career with Elk County as a probation officer in 1987. He advanced in his career to become Assistant Chief of the 59th Judicial District of the Pennsylvania Adult Probation Department. He resigned from this position after 31 years to seek election for a Republican seat on the board of Elk County Commissioners. His gamble paid off. He won the election for the position in 2019. Dagger has always been an active member of this community with a passion for community service, and his involvement in multiple civic organizations and church groups, to include the St. Mary's Sons of the American Legion, Squadron 103. Joe has been a lifelong member of St. Mary's Church and a lifelong member and pillar of this community. It is my great honor and privilege to introduce this year's American Legion Post 103 Memorial Day Celebration Honorary Grand Marshal, Elk County Commissioner Joe Dagger.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies and Second Vice Commander of Post 103, Steve Bagley. Thank you, everybody. What a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. It's great to see children out here, too. Parents, thank you. Thank you, veterans. American Post 103, St. Mary's Memorial Day Parade Committee. St. Mary's Historical Society, Marcia Bledgy and Steve Wingard. John H. Dipple, Committee Secretary of the St. Mary's Memorial Day Parade Committee, sent me an invitational greeting to speak at the Veterans Remembrance Service. This greeting letter spelled out the direction of my speech. To quote John, assist in paying respect to deceased veterans of the St. Mary's area who have served their country honorably during a time of war. I would like to service men and women and veterans who are here today. Please raise your hand. Thank you for your service to this country. Thank you for answering the call to duty. Veterans, living and deceased, you have made this country great. You have given us freedom. You have made the United States Armed Forces #1 in the world. Please, let's applaud our veterans, living and deceased. Thank you. Today, all across America, this great country's people come together to remember, honor, and pay gratitude to those who served our country and have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in freedom. Not far from here, carved in stone, is the St. Mary's Veterans Monument, located on the north side of the diamond, and the eternal flame ever burning. On that monument it states, to the glory and in loving memory of all veterans of St. Mary's area, living or deceased, who served their country in war. Along with two key words: glory, valor. Remembering Memorial Day, I remember as I walked here, I jotted things down as a child growing up. Placing of the flags on the graves of the veterans. St. Mary's Veterans Memorial Monument with the eternal flame, always burning. The display of white crosses every year on the hill at the St. Mary's Church, bearing the names of St. Mary's residents who lost their lives serving their country. For those men on that hill with the white cross, there's a verse in the Bible that I thought fits this time appropriate. John chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this man, that a man lay down his life for his friends. The annual Memorial Day Parade, the picnics, the flags flying from the homes of our great citizens, daily press articles, a national holiday. Now I want to take you back to an article in the Elk County Gazette from 1882. Back then, our ancestors referred to Memorial Day as Decoration Day. It was an annual reunion of soldiers for the purpose of decorating the graves of fallen comrades. We continue this tradition today, especially with flags placed at the graves of veterans. I encourage you today to travel to one of the local cemeteries and pay respect and remember our veterans if you haven't done so. I'm going to close with the reading of deceased veterans who were either born in St. Mary's, living in St. Mary's at the time of death, or have been interned in one of the cemeteries located within the city of St. Mary's. Deceased local veterans from Memorial Day of 2019 through December 31st, 2019. These veterans, they had no parade. To the glory and in loving memory of 24, Jerome J. Salter, James A. McGonnell, Robert L. Moore, Anthony J. Tucker Sr., Robert Francis Lentz, Donald L. Seidlinger, Anthony Joseph Tucker Sr., John C. Halloran, Edward J. Greenwald, Isidore Friedel, Otto Valentine, Laverne G. Schreiber, William Dietz, Thomas A. Russell, Charles Michael Largy, George Louis Dagger, Donald E. Getz, James R. Klein, Stephen P. DePrater, Paul D. Thomas, Eugene H. Green, Miles W. Shipling, Thomas J. Piper, Robert J. Ewing. Deceased local veterans in 2020, 47. Also, these individuals perhaps didn't have the burial detail or a parade. Robert Mosmeiler, Gary T. Schreiber, Gilbert Heiberger, Jr., Clyde T. Walters, Jr., Patrick Geithner, Richard Bauer, Henry Orr, James Andrew Fritz, Richard Dornish, Mary Jean Schmidt-Huth, Gabriel Catalone, Albert Raymond Miller, Carl E. Getze, Michael Leitner, Charles Dollinger, Alphonse Bond, Alexander Grohl, Harry Carr, Kenny Haynes, Victor Semanka, Donald Sherry Sr., Richard Johnson, Gary Bauer, Alan Martin, Larry Nelson, Patrick Boylan, Raymond Friedel, Joseph Christian Wharton, Louis Gagliardi, Hillary Joseph Lentz, Calvin Cassidy. Percy Buttery, Thomas Lander, Eugene Gleitzner, Chris Reicher, Dean Andrew Fellbauer, Melvin Luer, David Ernstberger, Charles Fritz, Alvin Wolf, Dan Bryson, Daniel Bundy Sr., Fred Jesberger, Charles Yonker, Ed Meyer, Dennis Smith, Kenneth Mountain. Deceased local veterans in the year 2021 up until Saturday. There's 24. Robert J. Dipple, Dennis Bauer, Michael Pitchler, Dennis Fritz, Gerald Lentz, Norman Schneider, J. Chauncey Gross Jr., Jerome Hersey, Melvin Bauer, Randy Laughlin, Roy Johnson, Timothy Lentz, C. Stephen Gerd, William Sable, William Ginter, Richard Wilson, Clifford Johnson, Herbert Waffle, Charles Watson, Leo Regard, Douglas Schlavick, Don Walters, Henry Albert Brindle. The last one, most recent, Mark L. Schneider. I'd ask for a moment of silence for these veterans. Thank you to the veterans. Thank you all. And remember this Memorial Day. God bless you all.